Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Michael Show. I'm Michael Tran, and for my audience who are non-English speakers, you can look for the subtitles by clicking the CC icon at the bottom right of the video on the computer, or tap the screen and tap the CC icon or gear settings icon on the mobile device. There you can choose your preferred language for the subtitles. Thank you very much. And today we will have a very special discussion. As I covered you the last time about the case of Nhan Lê, a Vietnamese American in Harris County, the tragedy happened to him, and we still haven't heard anything from the media since then. And there are still fightings, and there are many calls from the locals and from social media for justice for Nhan because he was attacked in daylight. And while we are waiting for the authorities to speak up, today I would like to bring to you a former candidate for Congress, and after his fight for Congress, he still stay involved and serve the community, and he want to help Nhan Lê and other Vietnamese who are seeking justice. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the show Tran, former candidate for Congress in Texas for the 8th District. Nick, welcome back to the show, and thank you.
Hey, Michael, thanks for having me back on the show. It's good to be on here. Good to be able to tell my story and tell us, your audience, what's going on with the case with Nhan Lê and what we can do as in my new role as president of Veterans for America First, Texas, and how we are helping the family and the community.
Thank you, Unique, and thank you for standing up and your involvement in this case. So, can you give us some updates about Nhan's situation and your discussion with his family, and what what are the steps that we can do to help him?
Yes, first of all, I saw this video on the news of Josh McDaniels just unprovokedly attacking Nhan Lê. He hit him with the back of the head with a crowbar, then stomp on his head and on the concrete and kicked him in the head in the concrete while he lay there. Nhan Lê right now is considered brain dead. I finally spoke to his brother, who's a year older, and he's been kind of the spokesman for the family. We were on Viet TV yesterday, talked about the case. Nhan Lê right now is showing slight signs of recovery. He's able to move a little bit, squeeze a hand, but he's still not awake. I firmly believe he can hear because his family was talking to him, and he had a tear. They saw a tear come out of his eye. And I visited Nhan Lê yesterday with his brother, and his swelling on his head has gone down considerably, but he has still a long road back to recovery. And it's a very sad tragedy. I'm very angry about it, but we are doing what we can to help fundraise for the family and also bring awareness to the community and push lawmakers and judges who let violent repeat offenders like Joshua McDaniels out after committing crimes. This guy has been let out 16 times from previous crimes that he's committed, and after attacking Nhan Lê, he attacked 3 other people. One was a guy named Melvin Rivas from the Hispanic community, also gave him brain damage, and then attacked a young woman and also an elderly man.
Wow. I gotta say that thank God that we see some miracles, some signs of life from Nhan, because since I still remember since our latest coverage about it, it was in the weekends, and at that time the family planned to end life support for Nhan on Wednesday, and then we haven't heard anything since then, even from the media. And now he has some signs of coming back. It's really great, and we keep on praying for him. But can you make clear to us about the authorities in this case? Is that about the judge who let him out, or the district attorney, or anybody else from the authority?
I don't know the whole story around the case, so I can just say for what I've heard from Nhan Lee's brother Hugh, is that the judge let them out. Right now, he's still in jail. I mean, he let him out previously for other
Yeah, yeah.
offenses, but right now he's still in jail for with a $755,000 bond, waiting for trial. And they're what now trying to do now is determine whether he is mentally competent to stand for trial. And I think that's always an excuse for criminals like him to say, oh, or defense lawyers for him to say, oh, he's not mentally capable of standing trial, but he was mentally capable of targeting people like Nhan, Melvin Rivas, and just people that don't seem very able to fight back. So there is a mental thought process there that works and was able to inflict to the targeting and also the attack on these people. So the excuse that they weren't mentally or they're not mentally competent to stand trial is for me bullshit. It's an excuse.
Yes, and I watched the press conference of the family, and one of the I don't know if that is the lawyer or the advocate. They show 16 cases, 16 cases
Mhm.
regarding the same perpetrator, Joshua McDaniel, and we haven't heard anything from the local officials, like the commissioner, I mean the supervisor actually, the board of supervisor, or the city council, or from the state legislature. Um, Somebody just also tagged the governor, Texas governor, and then the U.S. senator, Senator Cruz, Senator Cornyn, even Attorney General Ken Paxton. But we haven't heard anything from them officially. So do you have any updates, or
No.
does the family plan to do anything to appeal to those public officials?
Yeah, so if you looked at my refined savage page on Facebook, there was an update last night. We met with the Governor Abbott. I mean, it was a short, brief meeting, but we got tell him the story, and I think his team is going to feature Hugh, Nhan Lee's brother, on a show and talk about the case. You know, it took a lot. It took a lot of work on Hugh's part. He did all the groundwork to raise awareness to bring this up to light, because frankly, Vietnamese voices aren't normally heard very often, unless you pressure and have other people get involved to raise the awareness about that, because it doesn't fit the narrative. Now, if it was an African American who got attacked by another race, then it's a hate crime. But when an African American attacks an Asian, a Hispanic, it's not a hate crime for some reason. It doesn't fit the narrative.
Yeah, I still remember back in 2020 with the George Floyd, and there was a Vietnamese guy in Houston. He bought a billboard for the Black Lives Matter, and we argue a lot on social media and then even protested. But for this
Mhm.
case, I don't see anything, and I also asked, where are the Stop Asian Hate people? I don't see any people like that since the George Floyd and the 2021, when they protested everywhere calling for justice for Asians. So I I think that you are right. Is Young Lee's case doesn't fit the narrative.
You
So
know, that whole Stop Asian Hate campaign or organization hasn't done any good. I mean, say don't do it. Oh, we need to stop Asian hate. But what's the consequences of like the Asian hate? There's nothing. It's just like, okay, let's stop Asian hate. Let's stop murdering people. Let's have world peace. But it's all of a childhood dream unless there's actually action behind it. There's no action behind it. You know, one of the things I'm doing is I'm considering setting up a nonprofit myself called Asians American Asians for America, like a AAA, but actually being a lobbying group or PAC that actually helps get the right people in office.
oh
And that matters, because
yeah.
if you tie it to the money, if you tie it to them getting into office and power and showing that Asian Americans have a voice,
Mhm.
especially Vietnamese Americans who are predominantly leans towards conservative values, because you know what? We hate communism. We lost our country to communism. Most of our families were put in re-education camp by communists and taking everything away from us. So yes, most of us are anti-communism, anti-socialism, and we vote conservative. And for them, for lawmakers to understand that Vietnamese Americans and other Asian Americans that come and escape communism don't want that here in America, and we'll support candidates who fight that. Tie it to something, tie it to money,
Yeah.
tie it to them getting in office, because we have a voice.
Yes, I also think about it because we need to have like a lobby group or a pack that we can make an impact in elections from primary to general election. Because like no
Mhm.
matter your ideology, we are here, we pay tax, we vote for you, and you have to work for us. Every candidates promise that they're gonna serve the people, but when they become politicians, they just forget their promise, and even they just forget their oath of office. So thank you for that, Pat. I'm excited about it, and we got to figure out in other shows in the future to have it more involved in American politics, because I also work on it, and I have my own program vetting candidates, bringing them on my show, and helping my audience on who to vote and where to vote. But
Well, Mike,
yeah,
I want to say that during my campaign, I raised $288,000. That's pretty for me. I'm very proud of that because it's the first time ever running for Congress
yep,
as a nobody
yep.
to be able to raise that much money. And during the last 2 weeks of my campaign, I received over $48,000 from the Vietnamese American community because of your show and also Sean Lee's show. Sean Lee is another podcaster, Vietnamese podcaster out in California. Between your two shows, I raised $48,000 directly from the Vietnamese American community. So I should, that what that opened my eyes to is how strong the Vietnamese American community is and how much they love this country and want conservative candidates to be in power who fight communism. So that inspired me to think about creating a nonprofit, a lobbying group, or a pack made of Asian Americans who love America, who want to support candidates who are conservative, who understands the Constitution. And I think that's the direction, and that's a way to get the Asian American, the Vietnamese American voice to be heard, because we are voters, we are taxpayers, we're legal, we came to this country because it's the best country in the world, and we're going to fight for it.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I'm very honored and grateful to my audience for helping you and other audience from other channels to to donate it to your campaign and understand your message. So we gotta move it, like we gotta use it as a foundation, and then we gotta do other things, not only in running for office, but also like in Young Lake case, we're gonna help the community. And you also talk about the fundraiser for Young. So do you have any other information about that, so we can share to the audience so they can
Yeah,
participate in some
yeah. So
cases?
like when I saw the news featuring the attack, I contacted my friend Kim Moyers, who works for Veterans for America First on the executive level, and she reached out to several people. She reached out to a lot of political leaders within the community, and also because this attack wasn't just about the Vietnamese American victim, but also his Hispanic victim. We got the Menudo Club involved. We got the Latinos for America involved. We got Texas gun rights involved. So they're all going to be there. They're all going to be supporting Nhan's family. The whole all of this is going to be raised to raise money for their families so they can pay for the medical bills, the intense medical bills that is incurring every single day. But
Yeah.
also, this is a opportunity to unite the community, both the Asian and the Hispanic and the Caucasian and the entire law-abiding American community together to fight against this lawlessness, the pattern of judges letting violent repeat offenders back on the streets because they want to get reelected because that's their voter base, and we've had enough. This is it. But also help empower the community that to understand that we live in a city that's over 8 million people, and yes, our cops, our law enforcement, are work so hard to protect us, but 8 million people, they can't be everywhere all the time,
Yeah.
and it'll take minutes for them to come when something like this happens in seconds, to have the ability to protect themselves in a country that allows that with the Second Amendment. And that's something, again, we have to protect, to empower people to also stand up for themselves and assume that no one's coming, that you have to take care of yourself and your family and have that ability to do so.
Yeah. So this is the on the screen. That is the official announcement for the fundraiser for Nhan Lê.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's gonna be on August 22nd. So it's gonna be 2 days more. Two days. Today is Thursday, so it's gonna be Saturday.
Man, I would tell
Saturday
you, there's so
from
much going
11
on,
to 2.
and it's hard to keep track, but yeah, we're doing
Yeah,
the
yeah,
best we can.
yeah.
Yeah,
This weekend.
it's gonna be in Chinatown. Bel Air is the street where most of most of Asians businesses are. So we're going there because they know that that community is very supportive in what's happening in this situation. But also, we're going to have a lot of people from all different races, in Hispanic community, the
Yeah.
Caucasian community, and even the African American community. That are there to make sure that the city stays safe and that lawmakers and judges don't just release the animals back in the streets.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, and thank to the donors and everyone for this event, this meaningful event to help young and to raise the voice to the people in power about the tragedy here, not only for young, but also for other victims. And I'm glad that we also see other communities coming to this event. And
Mhm.
that is the way America is great. We always we sometimes we just think of our community only, but when we have something, other communities come to us, and when they have something, we come to them. That is how America is great. Thank you. And once again, my ladies and gentlemen, my audience, if you would like to um would like to participate, if you're in Houston, the event would be at the Phở Ngon at the 10782 Bel Air Boulevard, Suite A, Houston, Texas 77072 on
Hey,
Saturday.
Michael, I wanted to be clear that this is not something that I'm doing. It's not.
Yeah, yeah, it's
This is not my work.
yeah, yeah.
This is Nan Lee's brother's
Okay.
efforts.
Yeah, yeah,
So they have a GoFundMe
yeah,
account set up, and I'll send you the
yeah.
link to that.
Okay,
But
that's great.
Hugh has been spending a lot of time.
Mhm.
This has changed. This has turned his life upside down. He's been out there pushing to get in front of news people, pushing to talk to lawmakers. This is his work, and this is also Kim Moyers' work, who works with me at Veterans for America First. She's the one that coordinated this event, got all the people together. So it's the people, definitely not me. I'm just the guy that has a platform that is helping people understand this, but it's the true people doing the work, are the people that like you and Kim Moyers and Veterans for America First for giving me the platform to do so.
Yeah, yeah, yes. Thank you for your clarification, and yeah, that's why I would like to thank everyone for this event. And since this case, we also see that although we are a very big community here, what big community among the minority communities in America, we still don't have a voice. We have a U.S. representative, no matter who, no matter but their political affiliation. We also have state officials. We have generals in the armed force, but just a very single case like this, we don't see anyone coming to us. So
We're very fragmented.
yeah,
That's
yes,
the best word to say it.
that's why I
So
would like to hear your
that's
voice
why I
on
want to
this.
create a nonprofit that unites our voices and gives it some teeth in voting, in funding, in lobbying.
Yes, and
That's the only way.
yes, and from this case, what is your assessment or your judgment on the the discrimination or the treatment that the Vietnamese community are receiving here in America? Like we don't talk it in a political way, but we just talk it in a very humane way. What are your assessment on it?
Well, we kind of do it to ourselves.
Yeah,
We're very quiet. We keep our head down. We work hard,
yeah,
and we don't speak up. We don't speak up for ourselves as much, and that needs to change. If it takes one guy, if it takes me to stand up there and say I'm going to speak up for everybody, and you need to step up too. perhaps this is the domino that drops. We need to stand up for ourselves. The black community does that very well. They speak up for themselves, and
Yeah.
look how much attention they've gotten. We need to do so as well, but also remember that we are now Americans. We have to fight for this country, the country that gave us the opportunity. So we're fighting not just for Vietnamese Americans, for Asian Americans, but for all Americans who law-abiding citizens that want to live in a country that is not a third world country, that has animals going around attacking people for no reason, and then you use leftist judges and lawmakers to protect them. That ends now. They need to be held accountable, and these animals need to be put down. It's like a dog who bites. They need to be put down.
Absolutely. It's I think it's will be heavy lifting to do it, but we gonna, when we stay together, we can do it. And
Mhm.
and also I would like to congratulate on your new role at the Veterans for America First Texas chapter. And can you tell us a little bit more about your new role and how you got to that position, sir?
Yeah, so Veterans for America First is an organization that supports this administration, supports our constitutional republic, and ensures that veterans have a voice, and have the care they need through accountability with the VA, through having legislation that helps them, like for example the Major Richard Starr Act, that helps veterans who are wounded in service, in combat, to receive their full retirement benefits and not be offset, stuff like that. But also, as an organization that helps veterans, we also want to help the communities. We fought for this country. We didn't just fight for veterans. We fought for all Americans. And to see something like what's happening to Nhan Lee, as the leader of the Veterans for America First here in Texas, I felt like if you have the ability, it's your responsibility. So that's why we stepped up. And I got into this role because I ran for Congress. They endorsed me, they supported me,
Yeah.
and after election, they asked that I take over the Texas chapter as president, because Texas is the stronghold. We lose Texas, we lose the country, and we can't allow that to happen. So, I'm honored to be the president for Veterans for America First here in Texas, and we're going to do great work here for the state, but also for the country.
Thank you. I'm so proud. I'm still so proud to see a Vietnamese American to become a president of a chapter of the real organization fighting for the conservative values and fighting for our country and for our republic. And it is also one of my wish, because I also interview many other candidates in this election cycle, and although they don't make it to the general, or they don't make it eventually, I still encourage them to stay involved in community or in politics, and a majority of them don't want to do it. I think they just want to have the back to private life, or enjoy what they had done before they ran for office. But the case like you is like not really popular. So that's why I thank you a lot for doing that. And you keep staying involved, and keep raising your voice, um, keep fighting at your own value, at your own tools, to keep the community stay informed and involved in, not only in this cycle but also in any other cycles. And sometimes, and who knows, in the future there are more opportunities to come, because everything does not end at a particular campaign. Texas still has its problems. Other
Mhm.
states also have their own problems, and these problems won't be fixed within just one election. It's gonna be elections. I keep on telling my audience that 24 is not everything, and now they see it. You got to do 26, and then 28, 2030, 2032, because the main thing is the establishment. They have their power, they have their machine, and what they do is make us feel tired, and we leave the arena.
Exactly. So,
Yes.
most people don't vote
Yeah.
in the midterms. The midterms are coming up November this year, November 3rd, 2026. This year, most people don't vote for that. And even if you don't vote, you're co-signing for the next failure in this country. Vietnamese people need to get up. Asian Americans need to get up. All Americans need to get up and vote. Your voice needs to be heard. And don't say, oh, it won't matter. It does matter because the other side votes. Get out there, get your voice heard, do the hard things. You know, getting involved, staying involved is not easy. Being in a public figure is not easy. You get a lot of criticism, you get a lot of threats, but do the right thing because this country's worth it. There's no other country for us to escape to. You know this. Those of us who escaped Vietnam, escaped that communist country that destroyed our lives, our everything that we had. We came here. This is our last hope, and we're gonna do everything we can to protect America.
Yeah, we absolutely do it, and uh, that's why we fight. We fight in the primary, but then when we come to the general, we vote Republicans because whoever that nominee is, that is the now that is the party's nominee, and our opponent is the radical left, is the DSA, is the people who want to like turn this country upside down. We gotta stop them, and that's why staying involved from people who already ran for public offices is very important because they have the voice, they have their reputation, they build the trust from their voters or from people who even did not vote for them, but they honor the message. They share the same value. So let's bring everyone on board. So that's why I thank you for doing this. I I'm really happy. I'm really happy when I see the news that you are the chapter president of the VFAF in Texas. And Texas, and the thing is, it's Texas. Texas is there are many Vietnamese in Texas, but when you represent something from Texas, it means big.
Well, Houston has one of the largest Vietnamese population in America, aside from
Yeah,
California. You know that. So, but also, I hope my path inspires others to run. Somebody younger, somebody better looking than me.
no,
We need to step up from our community, from all communities, from veterans, from Asian community, from Hispanic community. Step up and run because the left has their people stepping up and running. We can't just be spectators in this. It's time for us to step up and make changes.
yeah,
The
but
next generation needs to.
yeah, but I'm sorry, but I have to respectfully dissent here that you are still young and good looking. Okay, you're still young and good looking.
I can't be killed by bullets and bombs, but age definitely is going to get me one day.
A lot of comments from our show are saying that you look very young. Yes, and so you have to take it. You have to take it. That's why I gotta dissent you on
Well,
this.
thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, don't
Yeah.
forget, I escaped Vietnam during the fall of Saigon. So
Yes. Yes, and also so will your organization make more involvements in the general elections in some particular races? Because I also hear that Elon Musk would like PACs will invest in Texas. So will you do anything to like um to be connected to them, or you just be on your way?
I love Elon Musk. We
Yeah.
need to talk,
Yeah.
Elon. We need to talk.
Yes, absolutely.
We're both immigrants who come from different countries and love this country. We understand what it looks like from the other side. So Elon, we can do some great things together. Let's talk, buddy. Not too far.
Yeah, thank you. I really love it. So I'll find a way. I'll find a way. You should, but I think your platform is bigger because it's nationwide, so it's gonna be easier for you to contact them. Yeah, so we should like stick together, and we're gonna win.
Yeah, we have to save this. We have to save our country. You got to preserve this country. This is a country found on Christian values. It's the greatest country. It's the beacon of hope for the world. And I said this during my campaign. It's the beacon of hope for the entire world. No one escapes. No American goes on a leaky raft to escape to Cuba. They all come here. For all the left to say capitalism is evil, why is everybody coming here? And if you come here, don't try to change it. It works.
Yes, and
Protect it.
yeah, I see that. Like when you come here, why do you want to change America to the country from which you fled? I mean, just doesn't make sense. Just go back and stay there.
Bring
That's
your
it.
culture. Bring your culture. Bring your spicy foods.
Yeah,
But leave the American culture the way it is, because
yeah,
it's, the Constitution was written by brilliant men.
yeah,
It's perfect.
yeah,
Protect it.
yeah,
Grow it. Contribute to it.
yeah,
Be American.
yeah. Save our republic, because
And
Benjamin
eat
Franklin
spicy
said it.
foods. Eat all the spicy foods you want, but be American.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And so we're gonna wrap up everything with the I, I I will be I'll be showing the announcement for Nhan's fundraiser again. That would be on Saturday, August
Yeah.
22nd, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Phở Ngon in Houston. So I encourage everyone to come there to show them your support and especially raise your voice. So the
It's
communities,
important for people to show up to that event, but again, most of your audience is nationwide. So
yeah,
I'll send you the link for the GoFund
yeah,
page created by the families, and the money goes all to the family.
yeah. Thank you. We pray all the best to Nhan for his recovery and his family, and we also pray for you in your new role and the fight that you are still in right now to save the country. We gotta stick together. We're gonna be a team. Gotta be a team. So anytime you need our support, please let me know, sir.
You got it. Thanks
Yeah,
for your support as well, for
yeah.
all your listeners, your audience. Thank you for what you did for me and our fight to
Thank
try
you,
to save
sir.
our republic.
Thank you for your continued service. We have a country to
You got
save.
it.
Yeah. Thank you. And then thank you to my audience. And I hope you enjoyed this show. Make sure you hit like, share, subscribe, and join the membership on my channel. And we will see Mr. Nick Tran in other shows in the future. And we're going to see more tremendous updates from him. Thank you. And see you again. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.